Okay, so before going to Ansible, do you have any idea where it is used?
No.
What is the... Okay, great. So see, in any organization, you are going to have lot of servers, right?
Mm.
So what is the purpose of having lot of servers?
For doing multiple tasks.
Correct. Along with the multiple builds. I'll
Mm.
show you organization-wise in Azure DevOps. So if I'll go open Azure DevOps. So in Azure DevOps, these multiple servers are known as agents.
Mm.
So if you have lot of pipelines, so every pipeline run on a particular agent. Okay. S- So if you go here in the setting, come down, there's agent pool, and these are the pool in which each pool you have lot of servers. For example, if I open Android and I go to agents, here I'm having only one server. That's fine. The better would be to have multiple servers, but that's okay. Here I'm having two servers, and in front end build, here also I'm having two servers. So like this in every organization, you will find in each pool there are 5, 6 servers. Okay, and these servers in each pool are identical. The purpose of having 2 or 3 servers similar like that whenever the pipeline runs, and these many pipelines are here. So if any of the pipeline runs, it will be running on one of the server. So the server should be available. And suppose if 5 people run the same pipeline at the same time, then what will happen? If you have only one server, then all the rest four, one pipeline will run, and the rest four will be in queue and waiting for the server to get free. So the better, so see, this is the agent that it is using. If another people run the same pipeline again, then it try to find another server. If it doesn't get, then what will happen? It will be in the queue and wait for this server to get free. So in this way, the time cost is increased and people do not prefer such things. So instead of that, they go for multiple servers. In each pool, like the pool name is super build. So if I'll go to project setting, agent pool, and super builds, here it is. So you can see 3 pipeline are running at the same time. So I should be having 3C. How many servers are here?
Okay.
Okay. So
Mm.
what is the purpose of having this many servers? That there should be no queue, or the time should be less for each pipeline to be done. No matter how many times people are running, I should be having that many servers who are able to run all those pipelines. That's the main purpose of having multiple servers. Okay.
Okay.
So Ansible basically manage all those multiple servers. Now, if I'm suppose I'm having hundreds of server, and I told you all these servers in each pool are identical to one another, right?
Mm.
So suppose there is some changes in the app, and then now the app requires Python also. So are you going to visit each server? Suppose there are hundreds of server, each server, and install Python in every server. Will that be a
Mm.
good task? No,
Mm.
right? It's going to cost you a lot of time.
Mm.
So Ansible, in that case, Ansible comes into the picture. It will say that you just give me the server names and I will install whatever you want. Okay.
Okay.
So the server name we give in the form of IP address, and We assign them a small task. It could be installing a Python, anything. So that's how Ansible helps in DevOps. Though it is not very much used. It is used, but not that much. Okay. Like my company is not specifically using Ansible, but yeah, if there are a lot of servers, you should better go with Ansible. Okay, so these are the things that we are going to look. What is Ansible, Ansible components, Ansible with Docker, and some other alternative tools. So just like why do we need? We have four servers, A, B, C, and D, and we want Apache server in all these four servers. Manual approach is to visit each server and install it, but the time will be cost here. So you would better find a good way to do it, and that's how Ansible comes into the picture. Or suppose in the previous slide I was trying to install Apache. In this slide I'm trying to install Docker in all these servers. Okay. Or suppose I already had Docker, but I want to update the Docker version. Suppose earlier was 1.0, now I want 2.0. So how will I upgrade in all the servers? So there, the first case was to do SSH in every server and install it. But that will cost your time. Chances since you are doing manually, so chances of error is high. And it's a repetitive task, so people get bored while doing it. Correct.
Yes.
So in four different ways, so generally we use the Ansible in these four different ways. Okay. Uh, First way was to do the manually, execute the task from your own machine. That's the first task we do it. Second is the one that we are going to learn is to configure, install, and deploy steps in this single YAML file. This we will do. Okay. Reuse the same multiple files and for the different environment. I mean, again, you have to go inside that one. I'm more reliably less likely to have chances of error. If you remove the first one, the rest three are the steps that you have to do in Ansible. So this is the benefit that you will get, more reliable and less likely for errors.
Mm.
So what's the solution? Ansible is the solution. There are some mismatch of the slides. No worries. No, Ansible contains three things. Okay. Inventory, playbook, and the module. But by default, you just remember inventory and playbook. Module is used inside a playbook. Okay. And I told you, what does Ansible require to perform your task? It requires two files. One file that contain your host name, basically the server name. Other file contain the task that you want to perform on those hosts, right?
Mm.
So in inventory file, you will provide the host, means the server names. And in playbook, you will provide the task. What kind of a task it has to do? That task is known as module. Okay.
Okay.
So module is basically a small program to do the task, which is written in the YAML. So see, these are many modules. What does it mean? Each module is a task. Suppose start a container. If I have to want to start a container, I'll just write a module for starting a container. Copy or create a file, install Nginx server, start server, install the cloud, or create any service in the cloud. So all this task I can do on Ansible using this module. So this is one help file. If I'll go and show you, this is the all list of module, means list of the tasks that you can perform. Uh, So see here, each is denoted for the servers.
Mm.
Means what kind of a task you can do. EC2 control F. See, you can even create EC2 terminal, start and stop, okay, using this Ansible. So there are many tasks that you can perform. If you try to do any task and you think that it is not working, not happening, just try and check in the module whether it is available, whether Ansible is capable of doing such things or not. Okay. So this is how it actually looks like the map. I have two files, one file host. What does the host contain?
More
Sorry?
tasks.
No, host will contain the server name.
Sorry.
It is also known as inventory file. Okay.
Okay. Hmm.
In general, its name is inventory file, but when you will create in your server, you should give the name host. Okay. And then what does playbook contain?
It contained the task.
It contain the task. And that task is known as
Models.
modules. Correct. So Ansible will take these two files and do SSH on your targeted server. If SSH is successfully done, then it will execute this. You have to execute, you have to write a small line of command, and then it will execute this playbook in your all targeted server and it will be installed.
Okay.
Okay, there's the same image, two server I'm having, two files I'm having. Ansible goes, do SSH in both the server and install it. Okay, let's do it. And then we'll be back. Okay, we can see a couple of more things. Yeah, we can look into. So Ansible, what if they will ask what is Ansible Playbook? So Playbook are the building block of Ansible automation. First thing, it
Mm.
contains the YAML configuration, means all the modules are written in the form of YAML. Okay, you have to define the task and configuration in YAML file. Plus, playbooks are configured files, provide a way to execute the complex task. Okay, see, there could be any type of task you can perform in your host in these servers. It may easy, it may be complicated. But if it is complicated, you have to perform in all those servers. So just do it once in the playbook and it will do it on behalf of you. So this is how a playbook actually looks like. Now let's try to understand what does it saying. Name. So simple name, you can give the basic name of your playbook, basic playbook.
Mm.
Host, local host. I'll come to this line later. Now, what task are we going to perform? Name, print a message. And what should be the message? Hello world. That's it. This message will be printed where? In your host servers. These two servers. Okay. So see, host, I'll come to this one later on. So name is basically the section where you describe what the playbook is actually, which is optional. I can omit this name as well. No need to worry. Host. Now, host is basically, I need to show, here it is a playbook, a host file. Okay, just see here. So this host file contain almost three IP addresses, right?
Mm.
Two IP addresses for web server, one IP address for database server. Okay. Now this name web server, I will put in the host section. So this task will be performed in all three, right?
Yes.
Wrong. I put
Why?
only host, na? Host name is web server. So web server contain only two IP address.
Okay.
So it will perform only these two IP address, right? So this is how, because see, I showed you my own this agent pool, which contain this agent pool contain multiple pools or multiple different types of group, right? So
Yes.
if I want to install particular update, I will do it on a particular group because each group is different from another. It may contain, see, this group contain Windows operating system. This group contain Linux operating system. So I don't want to install my Python in every pool. Only in single pool where you have all the servers, same
Mm.
similar type of servers. So that's why when I do the host name as web server, it will be installed only in these two IP address. Got it? Na? And what
Yes.
task I'm going to perform? If you see, task is very simple. Name,
Mm.
install Apache, okay, and then start it. Okay. Again, we installed it here and then we start the Apache server. Enable true. That's it. If you do these two tasks, it will go in every server and install the Apache and start the Apache. Got it? Now, what is optional here? Name host became task. What is optional?
Become.
The name. Become is also optional. Become is basically says that recheck whether both the things are done or not. So if it is yes, it will recheck it.
Okay.
Okay. So this is your playbook and this is your host file. These are all the specification to each name. You can go line by line and see. But I have made you understand, right? Anything that you have not understood in playbook and the host file?
No, I got it.
Got it, no? Good.
Yeah.
This is again the same Ansible playbook, how it's look like. So we'll not go into this one again. We'll come back once we finish the hands-on and then we'll see.
Mm.
You'll understand more. Now, when I was doing in my organization is fully Windows based. Okay.
Okay.
The problem with Ansible is having one master server and few and node servers. Node server is basically all the servers where you want to install. But the master server is from where you will give the command. Okay.
Mm.
So master server should be Linux. Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
Uh, and rest your worker servers could be Windows and could be Linux itself. If it is Windows, it will get complicated for you, little bit complicated because you are giving command Linux to Windows. Okay, but generally, what happens in organization, they'll be always having Linux, either Linux or Windows. If they are fully dependent upon Linux, sorry, Windows, then you should have this master server as your Linux one. So they'll provide you a Linux server, and using that Linux server, you will give command to all the Windows servers. Let's go to EC2. So what I'm going to do, I'll create two server, one master and one worker server. Okay.
Mm.
So from master server, I will give command to the worker server. So this is suppose master underscore Ansible, a simple master server. I'll choose Ubuntu. T2 micro. Let's create. Okay, rest everything is fine. We'll launch it. Now, one master server we got created. Now we need a similar type of server for our worker server. So what I'm going to, I'll just click on this, go to action, images and template, and create template from this instance. Means it will create a launch more like this. Just create, click on this. How many server you want like this? I want only one.
One.
Okay. And you can test on multiple server. I'll just try to worker. Okay. You can create 2 or 3. That's totally fine. I'm doing because my free year has expired. So it's going to charge me. So now I'm having 2 servers. One is master, one is node. For now, I'll just start this server. Yes. First, we'll do some modification on master server and then we'll come back to the worker one. Okay. Let's connect with this instance. Let's update the servers. So do apt update -y. So far, any confusion or question related to Ansible?
No.
Then let's install the Ansible sudo. See, you need not to install Ansible in every server. Just the master server you have to install. Okay.
Okay.
Sudo apt install Ansible -y. So we'll just try to create one file in our worker server from this master server. See, it is also installing Python because it is also based on Python.
Okay.
So it requires the base images Python also as well. Yeah, we are done. Ansible version. So we got the Ansible core with the version 2.16.3. Okay. It also installed Python, Jinja, okay, and libyaml to accept the YAML. Great. Now, what do we need next? See, every this one should have a unique key. Unique key is basically the right now I have downloaded it, right? But every time in this organization, you are not going to download on your local server like this PEM file, which contain the key. You are not going to download on your local server and then rest, because you are not the only one who is going to connect with the Ansible and do the all. So a lot of people is going to come and do it. So instead of keeping the this key over here, you have to keep the key in one of the location of your master server. So I'll show you the location. But before that, let's go and copy the key. Uh, Edit notepad. See, this is the key. Just copy it whole. Control C. That's it. Let's go back to our EC2 instance. If I do ls, you won't find anything. But if I do
Mm.
ls-a, see, these are the hidden files, in which there is one file is known as SSH. Okay, let's go inside this SSH. And if I do ls here, there is one authorized key. Okay, that is for other purpose. We'll create our own key. So vim ansible key. Okay, so this will contain our ansible key. Enter, press the button insert and paste it over here. Okay, and then do nothing, just save it. Escape colon WQ. We got this one. If I do ls, so we got the two key, ansible key and authorized key. Our job is to do with the authorized key. But remember, initially what happens, these are inaccessible. Okay, we want to make SSH folder and this one ls-la. Wait, LA. So if you see the Ansible key that we created is having read write permission. Okay,
Yes.
so we want to give the permission of read to the this part as well. And do you remember the code? It's chmod 600. Basically, it's already here. Read contain 4, write contain 2, and the
Mm.
execute contain 1. We want to read and not write. We want to just read and execute. Okay, let it be. We'll keep 600 for read and write. If we'll face any problem, we'll come and change it. Generally,
Okay.
all the keys are in the form of 600, where people can read and execute. It's read, execute, and write, I guess. So just do it a double check. Okay. And the file name. We have studied now. You remember, I guess.
Yes, yes.
Okay. I'll press enter. Okay. Now, if I'll see. Okay, so we have removed this too. Only for the owner we are keeping
Mm.
read and write task, because we don't want others or the user to access this too. And then we'll come out from this. Cd space double dot. Yeah. And you chmod 702 the folder dot ssh, because initially ssh is also not accessible. Okay, we both done. Now let's try to just do one connection with our server that we created. Okay, if we are able to connect with it, because both are made up of same Ansible key. So I'm going to, means while creating it, we use the same PEM file, right?
Mm.
If any place you are facing confusion, just let me know.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the IP address, public IP address, sorry, private IP address, and this is the public IP address.
Mm.
So let's try from master server. We are trying to connect with this worker server. Okay. To see the connection is establishing or not. So we'll do sudo ssh -i, and then what was the location? Dash dot ssh slash Ansible key. Okay. And the username here is Ubuntu. I'll copy the public IP address. ubu into Ubuntu at the rate. And let's press the enter. Yes. Now, if you see the IP address, here it is 172.31, okay, 27, 159 at the end. Here it is 189. Now, if I show
Mm.
you the worker one, it is 159. 27, 159,
Mm.
27, 159. It means now where are we?
And worker node.
In the worker node from
Mm.
a master node.
Yes.
To make sure, let's just create one small folder, mkdir uh, task. Let's go. Ansible. Enter. Okay. And I'll exit from here. Now I'm back to my own server, but I created one folder over here. Na?
Mm.
Let's do ls nc ansible underscore task underscore ansible. It means the first task to get connection, establish a connection between the worker server and the master server is done. Okay. Next task is to create the host file. Okay. So the name should be host inventory file, vim host, and insert server. I'm going to give the name as server, and here you need to paste the IP address of your this server, worker server, where you want to perform the action. I
Mm.
pasted I have only one, so I'll paste one and exit it. Okay. So we got, now we see the Ansible connection is happening or not. So do Ansible inventory. Inventory hyphen list. It will basically check the list of all the servers, hyphen y hyphen I, and the location of your, where is our location? Copy and paste. Oops. Where is our type it? Dot ssh slash Ansible. Okay. Ansible inventory hyphen y hyphen I. Enter, something is wrong. YAML structure is wrong. Mhm. Okay. So we are testing the, where will it get the inventory? Inventory is named with the host now. I should give the name of your host.
Okay.
Slash home slash Ubuntu slash host. Here it is. This is the host IP address.
Mm.
Okay. So this is just a recheck which before proceeding, you just do the recheck. Now I'll try to ping in this server. Okay. If you have 100 of IP address, it will show over here. Okay. Now let's try to ping. Ansible. All hyphen m ping location of your this file, host file, home slash Ubuntu. What is the command to find the location of any file?
Don't remember.
Mhm. That is PWD,
Hmm.
present working directory. And my private key. Okay, any confusion in this command? Ansible is simply the command all, means all the server, all the host over here, hyphen m to ping it. Ping means it will show the connection established or
Hmm.
not. Because right now we are just seeing the list. Okay. To make sure the connection established from the Ansible point of view, we have to do this command hyphen I and the host. It will search for the host file where all the IP address is mentioned. And then using this private key, it will match this private key with the private key of your worker node. And I'll press
Okay.
enter to yes. So if it is green, ping is pong, it means the
Hmm.
connection is established. Success is
Okay.
over here. So I'm able to establish the connection. Now my last job is to create a playbook and do some play.
Hmm.
Okay. We'll do one task. So when you can give any name. Let's give hello play. Hello play dot YAML. Okay. Press enter. Insert. Now this is a new line. Okay. Name is optional, so I'm not going to give the name. Host. What was the name of our host? Remember? It was server. Server? Servers.
Server service.
Servers, right?
Hmm.
Uh, okay. Escape colon WQ. It's server actually.
Okay.
Okay. Or I can do cat host. So if you see the name, it's server. But it should be servers since I'm having only one. So that's why I written server. Okay.
Okay.
Hmm. Host name is server. Now next, what do we need? Task. So what task are we going to perform? You can directly do this task. This is pretty long. We'll find the smaller one. This one, print a message. So it can be done in one way as well, like this. Copy. So what I'm going to copy is give the space content. Hello, this is about Ansible. And you can give destiny. Destiny basically the location. So slash temp tmp. slash temp. Inside temp folder, we are going to give hello. This will be the file name, not txt. Okay, everything seems pretty good. It should be task. Great, I think it's correct. Now to find out whether it is correct or not, we'll give the command. And the command is Ansible Playbook -i. -i whenever you write, after that you have to give the host location. Why it is copying this? /home/ubuntu/host. Okay. And then what location we have to give? Private key location. .ssh slash Ansible key. Okay. And the name of your playbook. So it's hello play dot YAML. One mistake. Anything left? We have given the location of host file. We have given the location of our private key and Ansible playbook. Seems correct to me. So it is reaching out to the server. Server connection reached. Okay. Task copied to this. And if it is okay, it means it is done. If it was unreachable, it showed unreachable. Let's go to our worker node. I'll do ls-a. First exit from here. Exit from here too. So can you find TMP? Here it is. CD TMP. I'll do ls. See, did we get? Here it is. Hello, Ansible. I can do cat and this is about Ansible. If I do the next line, I have not done the next line. That's why it is showing along with this one. But we got our message. Our task is done.
Yes.
So that is the full end to end of your Ansible. I'm going to stop it. So understood. Command
Yes.
will always remain the same. No change in the command. The only change you have to do in the host file and the playbook. Okay. If you don't know how to write more playbook, use the ChatGPT or the cloud, any AI. Just say the task. It will give you the playbook. Okay. See a few playbooks how to write, and then you will understand easily. Simple name, host, this is common, task is common, okay? Name of the task that you are going to do. If it is content, use the debug or the message or the copy that I did, okay? You can do this one too. Now you can easily tell me what this task is doing. So it is working on this Postgres SQL, right? So you understood what is this is the argument which containing the two description of the task. Module name is Postgres table. Argument is these two. Okay. Execution of the multiple modules. Multiple module. So far we did only one module, right?
Yes.
One module means one task. You can do multiple modules, right? Just give them the name, each name. good for the correct differentiation between the each module,
Mm.
and then execute your playbook.
Okay.
Above one, we have given the host name. Okay. Remote user, you need not to give. This is optional.
Mm.
Okay. Indentation is, since it is YAML file, indentation is very strict. If you do any wrong in indentation, if name comes here, it won't execute it. Okay.
Okay.
So you can even go with the variable if it is multiple time, same. See, same argument is used multiple time. So what it does, created a var, put that variable into that one, okay, value into that one, and just using this table name everywhere.
Mm.
Okay. So playbook contain which task, which host, which user. Three things you need to provide them. Which user is so far not used anymore. The very important is what is the task and which is the host. Host you will give and the task you will provide over here.
Yes.
Okay. So it contained two modules, one module for the web server, other module for the database. So that's why two host is over here. Host one is a web server. So all
Mm.
the this one, all the IP addresses or the servers which are under this web server will get this task, and all the server which are under database will get this task. Okay.
Mm.
Good practice. Naming them is a good practice. You always provide the name. We didn't give, but always a good practice is to provide the name. Okay. Then where do the host value come from? You got it. Host value is coming from the host file,
Mm.
right? And the host file look like this. Okay.
Yes.
This is just for the differentiation that we looked. And again, you can install the Docker in the same way, right?
Yes.
Do all the multiple changes over here. So this little advance of the same thing, same task, you can go in an advanced version as well.
Mm.
Ansible Tower, which basically shows all the metrics. Yeah, a few more tools like Ansible. Chef and Puppet is also here, but
Mm.
you can see the difference. YAML, simple Ansible is YAML file, but for Chef and Puppet, you need to learn Ruby. Okay, the task is given in the form of Ruby. It is agentless. It means you only need a master server. Rest,
Mm.
you don't have to install Ansible in the rest of the worker server. But here you have to install REST, Chef and Puppet in worker server as well. Then only it will work. So need to manage and update on the targeted server. Since it is getting installed on all the server, worker server and master server, so you need to manage all those servers. And here you don't have to do. There's a bit inside of this one, not too much. We just have to do with the inventory file modules. That's it.
Mm.
And these all are the benefits: security, scalability, easy to use, simply, and speed. And that's all. Okay, understood.
Yes. I'll
Yes.
practice it.
Yeah, practice this one.
Mm.